A water treatment plant operator monitors and controls processes to ensure water is safe for consumption, involving tasks like collecting and testing water samples, adjusting chemical dosages, and maintaining equipment, all while adhering to regulatory standards. So you want to be an operator. People will always need safe water to drink. So how does this get accomplished? Water treatment plants purify water, making it safe for human consumption and other uses by removing contaminants and pollutants through various processes like screening, coagulation, filtration, and disinfection. The treatment plant process can vary depending on the type of treatment plant, but from a general perspective, it follows this general outline. There's always the raw water intake, where the water treatment plant receives water from various sources, such as rivers, lakes, or reservoirs, or even, in today's day and age, from the ocean. The raw water often contains impurities, pollutants, and microorganisms that need to be removed. It is then followed by pre-treatment, which may include screening, which takes out the large objects like debris, leaves, and sticks, which are removed using these screens. It's followed by coagulation and flocculation, where chemicals are added to cause small particles to clump together, forming larger, heavier particles called flocks. Followed by sedimentation. The flocks settle to the bottom of the tanks, allowing the clear water to be drawn off. Then there's filtration. The water is passed through filters to remove remaining suspended particles, including sand, clay, and algae. Common filter media include sand, gravel, and activated carbon. The next step is disinfection. Disinfectants, such as chlorine, are added to kill harmful bacteria, viruses, and other microorganisms. Other disinfection methods include ultraviolet, or UV, and ozone. It is then sent out into the storage and distribution system. The treated water is stored in reservoirs or tanks before being distributed to homes and businesses. Water quality is continuously monitored to ensure it meets safety standards. In the water treatment plants, softening typically uses ion exchange or reverse osmosis to remove hardness-causing ions like calcium and magnesium, preventing scale buildup and improving water quality. In water treatment plants, iron and manganese control typically involves oxidation followed by filtration using oxidants like chlorine, potassium permanganate, or ozone to convert these metals into insoluble forms that can be removed by filtration. So what does an operator do? Here's a more detailed look at the role. The key responsibilities: monitoring water quality. Operators regularly monitor water quality parameters like pH, turbidity, and chlorine levels to ensure they meet regulatory standards. They're operating equipment. They operate and maintain equipment used in the water treatment process, including pumps, filters, and other machinery. They also handle chemicals. Operators add chemicals such as chlorine and ammonia to disinfect water and remove contaminants. They're also responsible for sample collection and testing, where they collect and test water samples to monitor water quality and ensure compliance with regulations. There's also the administrative side, record keeping, where operators maintain records of water treatment activities, including chemical dosages, equipment maintenance, and test results. They're also responsible for problem solving. They troubleshoot and resolve issues that may arise during the treatment process, often requiring quick thinking and problem-solving skills. Then there's also the safety aspect. For safety compliance, operators must adhere to strict safety procedures and regulations when handling chemicals and operating equipment. An operator's responsibilities are very broad. An operator is the person who is in whole or part responsible for the operation of a water system, and at times a manager, a laboratory technician, a mechanic, meter reader, public relations persons, troubleshooter, and even the inspector. Overseeing the water treatment process includes the coagulation and sedimentation processes, where The suspension of solids and other impurities from the water are removed. The filtration process, where the filters remove remaining particles, making the water clear. The disinfection process, where chemicals like chlorine are added to kill the bacteria and other microorganisms. And then also, in some instances, fluoridation, where fluoride is added to the water to help prevent tooth decay. Operator responsibilities also include being competent, which includes being dependable, the willingness to learn, the willingness to assume responsibility, and the ability to work without supervision. A competent operator provides a large degree of protection for both the tremendous financial investment and the health and safety of the community. The water treatment plant operator also is responsible for the health and well-being of the community, responsible for the drinking water of the community served, and recognizes that any failure to perform these roles means responsibility for an outbreak of a waterborne disease or even death could be possible. Job opportunities. There are plenty of job opportunities in the water industry, and they cover a variety of different roles and skills. But what is the job description of a water treatment operator? They operate equipment to purify and clarify water or to process or dispose of sewage if you're on the wastewater side. They clean and maintain equipment, tanks, filter beds, and other work areas by following the US EPA regulations to ensure safety standards are met. Preparing yourself for the future includes following the necessary requirements, the qualifications, following personal training programs, obtaining the proper certification. And one thing to keep in mind, and you'll hear this multiple times throughout these courses, is remember every day is an interview. So for requirements and qualifications, there's the education aspect. While a high school diploma or equivalent is often sufficient, some positions may require additional training or education in water treatment technology or a related field. There's also the experience aspect. Experience in mechanical maintenance, particularly with pumps and electric motors, is often preferred. And then the certification. Many states require operators to obtain a water treatment plant operator certificate to operate facilities. There's also the skill aspect. For strong problem solving, analytical, and communication skills are essential. There's the physical demands, where the job can involve physical labor such as lifting and carrying equipment and working in potential hazardous environments. In 1971, laws and regulations governing the certification of potable water treatment facility operation were enacted. The regulations establish at what level these facilities should be manned, the minimum qualifications for testing at each of the 5 grade levels, and the criteria for the renewal and revocation of operator certificates. In 1998, the United States Environmental Protection Agency, or the US EPA, established guidelines for the certification and recertification of operators of community and non-transient, non-community public water systems. On January 1, 2001, new state regulations were adopted to comply with these guidelines, and the existing water treatment operator certification program was modified accordingly in the state of California. The new regulations also established a water distribution operator certification program. This program became the Drinking Water Operator Certification Program, or the DWOCP. This was originally under the Department of Health Services and then the California Department of Public Health. In 2014, the DWOCP was transferred to the State Water Resource Control Board and the Division of Financial Assistance. This entity is responsible for the testing and certification of approximately 35,000 water treatment and water distribution operators throughout the state of California. This certification in the water industry, every employer has a general obligation to perform their due diligence by ensuring their staff are properly certified. This ensures the competency of the personnel providing the services at the public facilities and provides employers with evidence that the certificate holder has demonstrated the proper knowledge and has in turn obtained the proper knowledge and skills and abilities to perform the work.